Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news. Alright, folks, you know how unpredictable the NFL can be, right? Just when you think everything is settled, a move happens that shakes up the entire landscape. And today, we're diving deep into a story that could have huge implications for the Packers, especially when it comes to their special teams and their chances in the playoffs. This is about a potential trade involving a key kicker, a move that might seem small on the surface, but actually carries a lot of weight for the team's future. So, sit tight, because what I'm about to tell you is pretty exciting, especially if you're a Green Bay fan. So, here's what's happening. Brandon McManus, who's been the starting kicker for the Packers this season, is currently listed as questionable for Week 5 due to a hip injury. Now, that's not just a minor tweak. It's enough to make the Packers look around and consider their options. McManus, who's been reliable in the past, isn't at 100%, and with the importance of special teams in close games, Green Bay is obviously concerned. They've been actively conducting tryouts recently, trying to find a replacement or at least someone who can step in if McManus isn't able to go. And interestingly enough, reports suggest that the Packers are eyeing none other than Jake Elliott from the Philadelphia Eagles. Now you're probably wondering, why Elliott? Well, for starters, Elliott has been a consistent and clutch kicker since he entered the league back in 2017. His track record is nothing short of impressive. The Eagles have relied on him heavily, especially in tight situations, and he's proven time and again that he can deliver under pressure. From a statistical standpoint, Elliott has been outstanding. He's perfect in 2025, having made all 14 of his field goals, including 4 that are over 50 yards. His extra points, also perfect, with a 6 for 6 record so far this season. His PFF grade hovers around 91.2, which places him firmly among the league's top kickers. Plus, he's got a touchback rate of about 85%, meaning he can help control field position, something that's invaluable for any team. Elliott's career stats are equally impressive. He's maintained an 89% success rate on field goals, which puts him in the top 5 all-time for accuracy. His extra point success is at 95%, and his overall PFF rating averages around 92.4, highlighting his consistency and reliability. One of his strengths is his ability to make kicks under windy conditions, with a success rate of 87%. And interestingly, he hasn't suffered any injuries in 2025 so far, which is a big plus considering the physical toll and wear and tear kickers can face. Of course, he did have a minor ankle injury in 2024, limiting him to 14 games that season, but that's already behind him. In terms of stats, Elliott adds about 1.8 points per game to his team, and his miss rate is as low as 2.2%. His projected impact on special teams efficiency is significant, potentially boosting it by around 12%. Now, let's consider the Eagles' perspective for a moment. They're facing some financial constraints with just about $10 million in cap space. And their offense, which is averaging a modest 210 yards per game, isn't exactly lighting up the scoreboard. They're also in a bit of a rebuilding or retooling phase, focusing on extending key players like Saquon Barkley and trying to strengthen their line, which has been allowing about 3-4 sacks per game. Trading Elliott for a 5th-round pick in 2027 might be viewed as a way to free up some cap space and focus on their other priorities. The Eagles, after all, are a team that relies heavily on their defense and their ability to run the ball effectively. Their struggles on offense and their cap situation make this a logical move, even if it seems a bit surprising to see them part ways with a proven kicker like Elliott. Meanwhile, the Packers are sitting with around $12 million in cap space, which gives them some flexibility to make this move without hurting their roster. Since McManus's injury, the team has been trying out different options, but the arrival of Elliott could be a game-changer. Not just because of his accuracy, but because of his mental toughness. He's a proven playoff performer with an 85% success rate in postseason kicks, and he's known for his clutch leg, as some call it. An upgrade at kicker might seem like a small piece of the puzzle, but in close games, especially down the stretch, having a reliable, high-percentage kicker can be the difference between a win and a loss. Let's talk about the potential impact on the Packers' outlook. If Green Bay manages to acquire Elliott, they're not just adding a kicker, they're adding a weapon that could push their scoring margin from around +4 points per game to closer to +6. That's a huge deal in a league where every point counts. It could also increase their win probability in tight games by about 15%, based on Elliott's career success in clutch moments. Imagine the confidence this brings to the team, especially their offense, which has been somewhat inconsistent this season. With a touchback rate of 88%, up from 70% with their current backup, Elliott can help improve field position, which is crucial when facing tough defenses. And we shouldn't overlook the psychological boost. The Packers have been trying to find consistency on special teams all season. Their field goal rate has hovered around 78%, and that's with McManus, who's been decent but not exceptional. Bringing in Elliott, who's known for his precision and composure, could stabilize that unit. His career average of 89% on field goals and his ability to make 4 out of 4 attempts from beyond 50 yards make him a real threat from long range. This move could also free up the offense to take more calculated risks, knowing they have a reliable kicker ready to seal the deal. Now, considering the broader picture, this trade might not just be about immediate impact. It's a statement move from the Packers. They're clearly looking to make a push, and improving their special teams is part of that strategy. The NFC North is fiercely competitive this year, with teams like the Detroit Lions and Minnesota Vikings also vying for playoff spots. A reliable kicker can be the difference maker in late-season battles, especially in cold weather games in Green Bay. If Elliott joins the team, he could become a key part of their playoff push, providing that extra edge in close games and helping them secure more wins down the stretch. Looking at the bigger NFL landscape, this move is reminiscent of other successful trades where teams added specialists to bolster their chances. Just think about how the Ravens' addition of Justin Tucker transformed their special teams and contributed to their Super Bowl runs. Elliott, with his clutch gene and consistent performance, could serve a similar role for the Packers. The odds are starting to shift, with some betting companies now giving Green Bay better chances to reach the Super Bowl, moving from +1,500 odds to around +1,000 after this potential move. That's a significant jump, and it shows how much faith analysts are placing in the team's ability to make a deep playoff run with the right pieces in place. Of course, as with any trade, there are risks. Elliott's history of injuries, even if he's healthy right now, always lingers in the background. Plus, integrating a new kicker into the team's rhythm isn't always seamless. Timing, chemistry, and confidence all matter when it comes to kickers performing under pressure. But based on his track record, Elliott's mental toughness and proven clutch ability make him a prime candidate to succeed in Green Bay. And with the team's offense still finding its rhythm, having a dependable kicker could be the missing piece that turns close games into wins, especially in the unforgiving winter months of Lambeau Field. Now, what does this all mean for the upcoming deadline on November 4th? Well, it's all about timing. The Packers are clearly evaluating their options, and acquiring Elliott could be a strategic move to finalize their roster for the playoff push. It's not just about filling a temporary need, it's about making a statement. They want to show that they're serious about competing, and they're willing to make bold moves to do it. Meanwhile, the Eagles are probably looking to recoup some draft capital and focus on their other priorities, like extending Barkley and shoring up their line. It's a classic NFL chess game, with each team playing their own strategy. So as fans, what should we expect next? Well, keep your eyes peeled. If this trade goes through, it could be one of those moves that sparks a turnaround for the Packers. It might give them the extra confidence and reliability they need to close out games more convincingly. It's about adding that clutch leg, that dependable weapon in their arsenal, especially when the stakes are high. And if it doesn't happen, well, it's still a fascinating story about how the NFL continues to evolve, with teams constantly looking for that edge. And before I wrap up, I want to remind you all to stay engaged. This kind of move, if it happens, will have ripple effects across the league. It could influence other teams' strategies, draft decisions, and even playoff predictions. So be sure to follow along, stay tuned for updates, and keep sharing your thoughts. Because at the end of the day, it's you, the fans, that make this league so special. Your passion, your voice, your insights are what make the NFL the greatest sport in the world. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe bringing in Elliott is the right move? How do you see it impacting the team's chances in the postseason? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. Thanks for being part of this journey, and let's keep the passion alive. Go Pack Go!